Christopher Morris Brown, born May 5, 1989, is an American singer, songwriter, dancer, and actor. Born in Tappahannock, Virginia, he was involved in his church choir and several local talent shows from a young age. Having signed with Jive Records in 2004, Brown released his self-titled debut studio album the following year, which became certified triple platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA. 2, with his first single Run It. Peaking atop the Billboard Hot 100, Brown became the first male artist since 1995 to have his debut single top the chart. His second album, Exclusive, 2007, reached an even bigger commercial success worldwide, also spawning his second Billboard Hot 100 #1 Kiss Kiss. In 2009, Brown pled guilty to felony assault of his then-girlfriend, singer Rihanna. 3. In the same year of the episode there was the release of his third album Graffiti, which was considered to be a commercial failure compared to his previous works. Following Graffiti, Brown's fourth album FAME, 2011, became one of his biggest successes, being his first to top the Billboard 200, containing internationally successful singles such as Yeah 3X, Look at Me Now and Beautiful People, also earning him the Grammy Award for Best R&B Album. 4. His fifth album Fortune, released in 2012, also topped the Billboard 200. Following the releases of X and Royalty, his 2017 double-disc album, Heartbreak on a Full Moon, consisting of 45 tracks, was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America for combined sales and album equivalent units of over 500,000 units after 1 week, and in 2019 it has been certified double platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. Brown's ninth studio album Indigo was released in 2019, and became his third Billboard 200 #1 album. 5. It included the Drake-featured track No Guidance, which peaked at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. 6. Its chart success was outdone with the single Go Crazy released the following year, alongside Young Thug as part of their collaborative mixtape Slime and B, 2020. The track reached number 3 on the Hot 100. 7. 8. Brown has sold over 140 million records worldwide, making him one of the world's best-selling music artists. Throughout his career, Brown has won several awards, including a Grammy Award, 18 BET Awards, 4 Billboard Music Awards, and 13 Soul Train Music Awards. According to Billboard, Brown has the 7th most Billboard Hot 100 entries with 106. 9, 10, 11. Brown has also pursued an acting career. In 2007, he made his on-screen feature film debut in Stomp the Yard, and appeared as a guest on the television series The OC. Other films Brown has appeared in include This Christmas, 2007, Takers, 2010, Think Like a Man, 2012, and Battle of the Year, 2013. Contents: 1. Early life. 2. Career. 2.1 2002 to 2004, career beginnings. 2.2 2005 to 2006, Chris Brown and acting debut. 2.3 2007 to 2008, exclusive. 2.4 2009 to 2010, Graffiti and Mixed-Ups. 2.5 2011 to 2012, FAME and Fortune. 2.6 2013 to 2015, X and Royalty. 2.7 2016 to 2017, Heartbreak on a Full Moon. 2.8 2018 to 2019, Indigo. 2.9 2020 present, Breezy. 3. Artistry. 3.1 Influences. 3.2 Musical style. 3.2.1 Genres. 3.2.2 Themes. 3.3 Voice. 3.4 Dancing. 3.5 Street art. 4 Personal life. 4.1 Relationships. 4.2 Religion. 5 Legal issues. 5.1 Felony domestic assault of Rihanna. 5.2 Other legal issues. 6 Business ventures. 7 Discography. 8 Filmography. 9 Tours. 9.1 Headlining. 9.2 Co-headlining. 10 Achievements. 11 See also. 12 References. 13 External links. Early life. Christopher Morris Brown was born on May 5, 1989, 12, in the small town of Tappahannock, Virginia, 13, to Joyce Hawkins, a former daycare center director, and Clinton Brown, a corrections officer at a local prison. 14-15, he has an older sister, Little Bundy, 16, who works in a bank. 14, music was always present in Brown's life beginning in his childhood. He would listen to soul albums that his parents owned. 15, and eventually began to show interest in the hip-hop scene. 12. Brown taught himself to sing and dance at a young age and often cites Michael Jackson as his inspiration. 14. He began to perform in his church choir and in several local talent shows. 17. When he mimicked an Usher performance of My Way, his mother recognized his vocal talent, and they began to look for the opportunity of a record deal. 2. At the same time, Brown was going through personal issues. His parents had divorced, and his mother's boyfriend terrified him by subjecting her to domestic violence. 18. Career. 2002 to 2004, career beginnings. At age 13, Brown was discovered by Hit Mission Records, a local production team that visited his father's gas station while searching for new talent. 19. Hit Mission's Lamont Fleming provided voice coaching for Brown, and the team helped to arrange a demo package, under the name of C-Sizzle, and approached contacts in New York, where Brown started to sojourn, to seek a record deal. 20. Brown attended Essex High School in Virginia until late 2004, when he moved to New York to pursue his music career. 21. Dina Davis, senior A&R executive at Def Jam Recordings, was impressed when Brown auditioned in her New York office, and she immediately took him to meet the former president of the Island Def Jam Music Group, Antonio L. A. Reid, who offered to sign him that day, but Brown refused his proposal. "I knew that Chris had real talent," says Davis. "I just knew I wanted to be part of it." 22. The negotiations with Def Jam continued for 2 months, and ended when Davis lost her job due to a corporate merger. Brown asked her to be his manager, and once Davis accepted, she promoted the singer to other labels such as Jive Records, J Records and Warner Brothers Records. According to Mark Pitts, in an interview with Hit Quarters, Davis presented Brown with a video recording, and Pitts' reaction was, "I saw huge potential. I didn't love all the records, but I loved his voice. It wasn't a problem because I knew that he could sing, and I knew how to make records." 23. Brown ultimately chose Jive due to its successful work within young acts such as Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. Brown stated, "I picked Jive because they had the best success with younger artists in the pop market. I knew I was going to capture my African American audience, but Jive had a lot of strength in the pop area as well as longevity in careers." 22. Brown said that during his permanence in Harlem, when he was trying to get his music heard by major labels, his artistic intention was to both rap and sing on his records, but Jive convinced him to stick to just singing, because he said that it wasn't acceptable yet for an R&B singer to also rap on records. 24. 2005 to 2006, Chris Brown and acting debut. Main article, Chris Brown album. Brown performing at KISS 106.1 Seattle Jingle Bell Bash 8, December 4, 2005. After signing to Jive Records in 2004, Brown began recording his self-titled debut studio album in February 2005. By May, there were 50 songs already recorded, 14 of which were picked to the final track listing. 14. The singer worked with several producers and songwriters, Scott Storch, Cool, and Dre, Sean Garrett and Jazz F among them, commenting that they really believed in him. 25. Brown co-wrote half of the tracks. 14. I write about the things that 16-year-olds go through every day, says Brown. Like you just got in trouble for sneaking your girl into the house, or you can't drive, so you steal a car or something. 26. The whole album took less than 8 weeks to produce. 26. Released on November 29, 2005, the self-titled Chris Brown album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 with first-week sales of 154,000 copies. 27-28, Chris Brown was a commercial success with the Time, selling over 3 million copies in the United States, where it was certified 3 times platinum by the RIAA and 6 million copies worldwide. 29-30, the album's lead single, Run It, made Brown the first male act, since Montel Jordan in 1995, to have his debut single to reach the summit of the Billboard Hot 100, later remaining for 4 additional weeks. 12. 3 of the other singles, Yo, Excuse Me, Miss, Gimme That and Say Goodbye, peaked within the top 20 at the same chart. 31. On June 13, 2006, Brown released a DVD entitled Chris Brown's Journey, which shows footage of him traveling in England and Japan, getting ready for his first visit to the Grammy Awards, behind the scenes of his music videos and bloopers. On August 17, 2006, to further promote the album, Brown began his major co-headlining tour, the Up Close and Personal Tour. Due to the tour, production for his next album was pushed back 2 months. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital received $10,000 in ticket proceeds from Brown's 2006 Up Close and Personal Tour. Brown has made appearances on UPN's One-on-One and the N's Brandon T. Jackson Show on its pilot episode. 32-33. 2007 to 2008, exclusive. Main article, exclusive album. In January 2007, Brown landed a small role as a band geek in the 4th season of the American television series The O.C. 34, Brown then made his film debut in Stomp the Yard, alongside Neo, Megan Good and Columbus Short on January 12, 2007. 35, in April 2007, Brown was the opening act for Beyoncé, on the Australian leg of her The Beyoncé Experience Tour. On July 9, 2007, Brown was featured in an episode of MTV's My Super Sweet 16. For the event, it was retitled, Chris Brown, My Super 18, celebrating his 18th birthday in New York City. 36. Chris Brown singing at Brisbane Entertainment Centre in 2008. Shortly after ending his summer tour with Neo, Brown quickly began production for his second studio album, Exclusive. When the album's lead single, Wall to Wall, was released, it didn't have a great commercial success, peaking at number 79 on US Billboard Hot 100 chart, and number 22 on the US Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs chart, being his lowest charting single at the time. However, Kiss Kiss, featuring and produced by T-Pain, released as the album's second single, received huge success, reaching number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart, and becoming Brown's second number 1 single following Run It. In 2005, With You, produced by Stargate, duo of producers known at the time for their work with R&B singer Neo, was released as the third single from Exclusive, had even bigger success than Kiss Kiss, becoming one of the all-time best-selling singles, and reaching number 2 on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart. Exclusive was released in the United States on November 6, 2007. The album is musically R&B, having slight pop influences that were absent in the previous hip-hop soul-influenced disc, reaching a big international success. The album debuted at number 4 on the US Billboard 200 chart, selling 294,000 copies in its first week, 37, and received generally positive reviews from music critics. 38, as of March 23, 2011, it has sold over 1.9 million copies in the United States. 39. In November 2007, Brown starred as a video host for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital's Math-a-thon program. He showed his support by encouraging students to use their math skills to help children with cancer and other catastrophic diseases. 40. On November 21, 2007, Brown appeared in This Christmas, a family drama starring Regina King. 41. To further support the album Exclusive, Brown embarked on his The Exclusive Holiday Tour, visiting over 30 venues in United States. The tour began in Cincinnati, Ohio, on December 6, 2007, and concluded on February 9, 2008, in Honolulu, Hawaii. In March 2008, Brown was featured on Jordan Sparks' single No Air, which had worldwide success, peaked at number 3 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 chart. 42. He also made a guest appearance on David Banner's single Get Like Me alongside Young Jock. The song peaked at number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100, and number 2 on the U.S. Hot Rap Songs chart. Brown re-released Exclusive on June 3, 2008, as a deluxe edition, renamed Exclusive, the Forever Edition, 7 months after the release of the original version. The re-released version featured 4 new tracks, including the Eurodisco single Forever, which became one of his most known singles, reaching number 2 on Billboard Hot 100. In August 2008, Brown guest starred on Disney's The Suite Life of Zack and Cody as himself. 43. Towards the end of 2008, Brown was named Artist of the Year by Billboard magazine. 44. 2009 to 2010, Graffiti and Mixed-Ups. Main article, Graffiti, Chris Brown album. Brown with Usher and Elephant Man at the Reggae Sumfest in 2010. In 2008, Brown began work on his third studio album, to be called Graffiti, promising to experiment with a different musical direction inspired by singers Prince and Michael Jackson. He stated, "I wanted to change it up and really be different. Like my style nowadays, I don't try to be typical urban. I want to be like how Prince, Michael and Stevie Wonder were. They can cross over to any genre of music." 45. Following the domestic violence scandal involving the singer and Rihanna on February 8, 2009, the majority of media took positions against the singer. The incident also caused Brown to lose significant commercial contracts, including one with Double Mint. The singer later participated in numerous television appearances during the year to express himself publicly about it. Graffiti's lead single I Can Transform Ya was released on September 29, 2009. The song peaked at number 20 on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart. Crawl was released as the album's second single on November 23, 2009. The song reached number 53 on the Billboard Hot 100. Graffiti was then released on December 8, 2009, featuring an R&B sound mixed with Eurodisco and rock. Brown, with this album, started to take full control of his art, managing the artistic direction, and writing every song of the album, with the exception of the song I'll Go, written and produced by Brian Kennedy and James Fauntleroy. Brown started to be the only artistic director of all his future projects. He said that his decision to entirely direct and write his albums and songs came from the fact that he wanted to give my own perspective of the music I wanted to make, and by his wanting to verbalize whatever I was going through. The album, compared to its 2 predecessors, was a commercial and critical failure, debuting at number 7 on the US Billboard 200 chart, selling 102,000 copies in its first week. 46. And receiving generally negative reviews from critics. 38. As of March 23, 2011, it has sold 341,000 copies in the United States. 39. While performing a Michael Jackson tribute at the 2010 BET Awards, Brown started to cry and fell to his knees while singing Jackson's Man in the Mirror. 47. The performance and his emotional turmoil resonated with several celebrities present at the ceremony, including Trey Songz, Diddy and Taraji P. Henson. 48. Songz said, "He left his heart on the stage. He gave genuine emotion. I was proud of him and I was happy for him for having that moment. 48. Michael's brother, Jermaine Jackson, expressed similar sentiments stating, "It was very emotional for me, because it was an acceptance from his fans from what has happened to him and also paying tribute to my brother." 49. Later during the award ceremony, Brown stated, "I let y'all down before, but I won't do it again. I promise," while accepting the award for the AOL Fandemonium Prize. 48. In August 2010, Brown starred alongside an ensemble cast, including Matt Dillon, Paul Walker, Idris Elba, Hayden Christensen and T.I. in the crime thriller Takers, 50, and also served as executive producer of the film. During 2010, Brown released the 3 free mixtapes in My Zone, Rhythm and Streets, Fan of a Fan, collaborative mixtape with Tyga, and In My Zone 2, which featured a new style of writing with grown themes, and a different musical style, mixing R&B with hip-hop. For the mixtapes he worked with new producers, most notably Kevin McCall. The mixtapes were highly appreciated by the artist's loyal audience, consolidating it. The single Deuces, extracted from the Fan of a Fan mixtape, obtained critical acclaim, also achieving a good success, peaking at number 1 on the Hot R&B/hip-hop songs. The song was later remixed by the biggest names in the hip-hop scene of that time, including Drake, Kanye West, Andre 3000, Rick Ross, Fabolous, and T.I. He later released the solo track No BS as his second single from Fan of a Fan, and decided to include the 2 singles from the mixtape as anticipation singles for his next album. 2011 to 2012, FAME and Fortune. Main articles: FAME, Chris Brown album, and Fortune, Chris Brown album. In September 2010, Brown announced his album, FAME, the acronym for Forgiving All My Enemies, releasing in October the first official single from the album, Yeah 3X, a dance pop song, different from his previous songs on the urban mixtapes. The single received enormous international success and entered the top 10 in 11 countries, including Australia, Austria, Denmark, Ireland, Netherlands, New Zealand, Switzerland and the United Kingdom. It was succeeded by the hip-hop single Look at Me Now, featuring rappers Lil Wayne and Busta Rhymes, that reached number 1 on the US Hot R&B/hip-hop songs chart, 51, where it remained for 8 consecutive weeks. 52, it also reached number 1 on the US Hot Rap Songs chart. 53, the single became the best-selling rap song of 2011, as well as one of all-time best-selling singles in the United States. Brown's 4th studio album FAME was first released on March 18, 2011. The album debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard 200 chart, with first-week sales of 270,000 copies, giving Brown his first number 1 album in the United States. 54, the album's 3rd single, Beautiful People, featuring Benny Benassi, peaked at number 1 on the US Hot Dance Club Songs chart, and became the first number 1 single on the chart for both Brown and Benassi. 55, She Ain't You was released as the album's 4th US single, while Next to You, featuring Canadian recording artist Justin Bieber, served as the album's 4th international single. To further promote the album, Brown embarked on his FAME tour in Australia and North America. Brown received 6 nominations at the 2011 BET Awards and ultimately won 5 awards, including Best Male R&B Artist, Viewer's Choice Award, the Fandemonium Award, Best Collaboration and Video of the Year for Look at Me Now. 56, he also won 3 awards at the 2011 BET Hip Hop Awards, including the People's Champ Award, Reese's Perfect Combo Award and Best Hip Hop Video for Look at Me Now. 57, at the 2011 Soul Train Music Awards, FAME won Album of the Year. 58, the album has also earned Brown 3 Grammy Award nominations at the 54th Grammy Awards for Best R&B Album, as well as Best Rap Performance and Best Rap Song for Look at Me Now. 59, on February 12, 2012, Brown won the Grammy Award for Best R&B Album. During the ceremony, Brown performed several songs marking his first appearance at the awards show since his conviction of felony assault. 4. Originally, Brown wanted FAME to be a double disc consistent of 25 to 30 tracks, but the label was contrary to that. Right before the release of FAME, Brown decided to follow his intentions in an acceptable way for the label, working on a sequel of FAME called Fortune, that would be a whole new album that contained new material and even some tracks that didn't make the cut of the previous album, releasing it 6 months after it. 60. The artist later decided to take more time to work on the album, developing it as a project of its own, with its own concept and sound being different than the one of its precedent album. On October 7, 2011, RCA Music Group announced it was disbanding Jive Records along with Arista Records and J Records. With the shutdown, Brown, and all other artists previously signed to these 3 labels, will release future material on the RCA Records brand. 61-62, Brown's 5th studio album Fortune was released on July 3, 2012. The album debuted atop the Billboard 200, 63, but received negative reviews from critics. 38, Strip, featuring Kevin McCall, was released as the album's buzz single, with Turn Up the Music released as the lead single, and Sweet Love, Till I Die, Don't Wake Me Up and Don't Judge Me released as the album's following singles, respectively. To further promote the album, Brown embarked on his Carpe Diem tour in Europe, Africa, Asia, and Trinidad. 2013 to 2015, X and Royalty. Main articles: X, Chris Brown album, and Royalty, Chris Brown album. After concluding his Carpe Diem tour in 2012, Brown's next studio album started to develop. On February 15, 2013, the singer unofficially released the song Home, with an official video clip, where he expresses a reflection on the bitter price of fame, and on how the only moment of respite from that thought is when he returns to the neighborhood where he grew up with people who knew him from the start. 64. On March 26, 2013, Brown announced the release of X, in various interviews and listening sessions, releasing the song Fine China as the album lead single. 65. In an interview with Ebony, when Brown spoke of taking his music in a different direction and changing his sound from pop-infused and sexually explicit of the previous album Fortune, to a more mature, soulful and vulnerable theme for the album. 66. On March 29, 2013 he released Fine China as the lead single of the album. 66. Following the dropping of 2 other anticipation singles off X, Don't Think They Know and Love More, on August 9, 2013, at 1:09 a.m. PDT, Brown was reported to have suffered a seizure from Record Plant Studios in Hollywood, California as a 911 call was made. When paramedics arrived, Brown allegedly refused to receive treatment and also refused to be transported to the local hospital. Brown has reportedly suffered from seizures since his childhood. 67-68. 68-69, on November 20, 2013, Brown was sentenced to an anger management rehabilitation center for 3 months. 70, to hold fans over until the X album drops. Brown released a mixtape, titled X-Files on November 19, 2013. 71, on February 22, 2014. It was announced that the album would be released on Brown's birthday, May 5, 2014. On April 14, 2014, Brown released a teaser of the new track Don't Be Gone Too Long featuring Ariana Grande. However, following Brown's arrest for felony assault in Washington, D.C., on October 27, 2013, the song and album were again delayed due to Brown's prison sentence. 72-73. While incarcerated, Loyal was released as the album's 4th single, becoming one of his most successful songs, by peaking at the top 10 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 and in the United Kingdom. On August 3, 2014, Chris announced via Instagram that the album's release date will be on September 16, 2014. 74. On August 6, 2014, the album cover was revealed. 75. New Flame featuring Usher and Rick Ross was later released as the album's final single. The title track X was released as an instant gratification track alongside the album pre-order on iTunes on August 25, 2014. 76. Brown's sixth studio album, X, was released on September 16, 2014. 77. At the 2015 Grammy Awards, the album was nominated for the Best Urban Contemporary Album, while New Flame was nominated for Best R&B Performance and Best R&B Song. Commercially, the album debuted at number 2 on the US Billboard 200, selling 146,000 copies in its first week, becoming his first album to miss the summit of the chart since Graffiti, 2009, and his third album to go to number 2 on the chart overall following Exclusive, 2007. It also became his sixth consecutive top 10 debut in the United States. By the end of 2015, the album had sold 404,000 copies in the United States. It has been certified double platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA. Pushing the promotion for the album further, Brown performed and appeared at several televised music events and music festivals across the United States. On February 24, 2015, Brown released his first collaborative studio album with Tyga, titled Fan of a Fan, The Album. The album was a follow-up to the pair's 2010 mixtape Fan of a Fan. 78. In early 2015, Brown also embarked on his Between the Sheets tour with 3 songs. 79. Also in February 2015, Brown said during an interview for The Breakfast Club that he started working on the album going for a direction that would have been the sound predominant overseas. A couple months later he discovered that he had a daughter and simultaneously broke up with his ex-girlfriend Carouette Tran. That happening made him change the idea for the album, ending up doing mostly R&B songs that he described as representations of where I was in my life at that point, contemporarily starting his One Hell of a Night tour. 80. Chris Brown in January 2016 performing Back to Sleep in Miami. In spring of 2015, Brown was featured on DJ Dioro's song 5 More Hours, which received an excellent worldwide success. 81. On June 24, Brown released a new song titled Liquor. Shortly after, it was announced that Liquor was the first single from his 7th studio album. 82. On August 22, 2015, the singer officially declares from his Twitter profile that the new album will be titled Royalty in honor of his daughter, Royalty Brown. 83-84. On October 16 he has revealed the album cover, portraying Chris with Royalty in her arms in a black and white picture. 85. On October 13, 2015, Brown announced that Royalty will be released on November 27, 2015. 85-86-87. After it was revealed that the album has been pushed back to December 18, 2015. 88. In exchange on November 27, 2015, he released a free 34-track mixtape called Before the Party as a prelude to Royalty, which features guest appearances from Rihanna, Wiz Khalifa, Pusha T, Whale, Tyga, French Montana, and Fetty Wap. 89. On October 16, 2015, the album cover was revealed. 90-91. The album was released on December 18, 2015, and it debuted at number 3 on the US Billboard 200, selling 184,000 units, 162,000 in pure album sales, in its first week. 92-93, marking an improvement over Brown's last 3 studio albums. It also became his 7th solo album consecutive top 10 debut in the United States. 2016 to 2017, Heartbreak on a Full Moon. Main article, Heartbreak on a Full Moon. Brown started working and recording tracks for his next album few weeks before the release of Royalty, in late 2015. On January 10, 2016, Brown had previewed 11 unreleased songs on his Periscope and Instagram profiles, showing him dancing and lip-syncing these songs. 94, 95, 96. In March 2016, he collaborated again with the Italian DJ Benny Benassi for the song Paradise from the album Danceholic. 97. On May 3 he announced the single Grass Ain't Greener, showing its cover art and announcing it as the first single from a new album titled Heartbreak on a Full Moon. 98. The single was released on May 5, 2016. On July 7, 2016, after 2016 shooting of Dallas police officers, Brown released on his SoundCloud page 2 piano ballads, My Friend and A Lot of Love, saying that the songs are released for free for anybody dealing with injustice or struggle in their lives. 99 100. In 2016 he released 2 collaborative mixtapes with his OHB crew, Before the Trap, Nights in Tarzana and Attack the Block. Brown left in the studio working on Heartbreak on a Full Moon, in June 2016. Throughout 2016 and 2017 he kept on sharing several snippets from songs that he was working for the album and features. He worked on the album heavily during 2016 and 2017, during 2 tours as well, the European leg of the One Hell of a Night tour and the Party tour, also building a recording studio inside of his home to record songs for the album. 101 102 103. On December 16, 2016, he released the second official single from the album, Party, that features guest vocals from American R&B singer Usher and rapper Gucci Mane, getting a good commercial success. In February 2017 he announced that his previously teased song Privacy would have been released as the next single from Heartbreak on a Full Moon. The single was released on March 24, 2017. On June 7 he released Welcome to My Life, a self-documentary focused on his life and career, directed by Andrew Sandler. 104. Numerous celebrities participated in the movie, making statements and sharing stories about the artist. Among them there are Jennifer Lopez, Mike Tyson, Rita Ora, Usher, and Tyga. 104. On August 4, 2017, he released the album's 4th single Pills and Automobiles, that features guest vocals from American trap artists Yo Gotti, A Boogie Wit Da Hoodie and Kodak Black. 105. Then on August 14, 2017, he announced the release of the 5th official single from the album, Questions, on August 16, announcing the album release date, saying that it would be released on October 31, 2017. 106. On October 13, 2017, Brown released the promotional single High End, that features guest vocals from American trap artists Future and Young Thug, announcing the final track list of the album. 107 108. On October 25, 2017, Brown organized with Tidal a free pop-up concert in New York City to perform the singles on the album and promote it for his fans. 109 110. Heartbreak on a Full Moon was eventually released as a double-disc album on October 31, 2017, via digital retailers and onto CD, 3 days later by RCA Records. 111. The album's sound has been as dark and soulful. Despite being counted for only 3 days of sales, Heartbreak on a Full Moon debuted at number 3 on the US Billboard 200, becoming Brown's 9th consecutive top 10 album on the chart. 112. 1 week after its release, Heartbreak on a Full Moon was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America for combined sales and album equivalent units of over 500,000 units in the United States, and Brown became the first R&B male artist that went gold in a week since Usher's Confessions in 2004. 113. In 2019 the album has been certified double platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA. On December 13, 2017, he released a 12-track surprise deluxe edition of the album called Cuffing Season, 12 Days of Christmas as a Christmas present for his fans. The deluxe edition is made off Brown's favorite leftovers of the album and few holiday-themed songs. 114-115, Brown eventually embarked on his U.S. Heartbreak on a Full Moon tour in June 2018 to further promote the album. The opening acts for the tour were 6 Lack, Her, Rich the Kid, and Jack Keys. 116. 2018 to 2019, Indigo. Main article, Indigo, Chris Brown album. Following the release of Heartbreak on a Full Moon, Brown and rapper Joyner Lucas announced a collaboration project, titled Angels and Demons on February 25, 2018, with the release of the single Stranger Things. 117, however the project ended up never being released. On March 15, 2018, Brown was featured in Lil Dicky's single Freaky Friday. By April 9, 2018, the video had reached over 100 million views and topped the charts in New Zealand and the United Kingdom. 118. After drafting the concept for his new album, in August 2018, at the end of the Heartbreak on a Full Moon tour, Brown started the actual processing work of his 9th album, Indigo. On January 4, 2019, Brown released Undecided, the first single off it, alongside a video for the song. Undecided saw Brown reunite with producer Scott Storch, who previously worked with Brown in 2005 on his breakout hit Run It. The single marked Brown's first release after signing an extension and a new license agreement with RCA Records, that gave him the owning of his master recordings, making him one of the youngest artists to do so at the age of 29. 119-120. On April 11, he released the second single off the album titled Back to Love. The third single, Wobble Up, was released a week later featuring Nicki Minaj and G-Eazy, announcing that the album is expected to be released in June. 121. On April 25, he appeared on a track with Marshmello and Tyga called Light It Up. 122. In an announcement on May 2, Brown revealed the list of artists he had been working with for his album: Nicki Minaj, Tory Lanez, Tyga, Justin Bieber, Juicy J, Juvenile, Her, Tank, Sage the Gemini, Lil Jon, Lil Wayne, Joyner Lucas, Gunna and Drake were included on the list. 123-124. He later revealed the artwork of the album and its track list between May and June 2019. On May 31, he appeared on Easy, a successful single where he duetted with singer Donnie Lee. 125. On June 8, Brown released No Guidance featuring Drake as a single. It debuted at number 9 on the US Billboard Hot 100, making it Brown's 15th top 10 song, and later peaked at number 5. 126. The single won Best Collaboration Performance, Best Dance Performance and Song of the Year at the 2019 Soul Train Music Awards and received a nomination for Best R&B Song at the 62nd Grammy Awards. 127. Brown performing during his Indigo tour in 2019. Indigo was eventually released on June 28, 2019, as a double album, marking Brown's second album to be released in this style. 128-129. In the United States, Indigo debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard 200 with 108,000 album equivalent units, which included 28,000 pure album sales in its first week, making it his third number 1 album in the country. 130. Indigo spawned 2 other singles, Heat, which topped the Billboard Rhythmic Airplay chart, and earned Brown his 13th number 1 on the chart, and second during 2019, and Don't Check on Me, that features vocals from Justin Bieber and vocalist Data Inc. Boggs. On October 4, 2019, Brown eventually released a deluxe version of Indigo entitled Indigo Extended, which included 10 additional songs, making the extended version a total of 42 songs. On June 10, 2019, Brown announced an official headlining concert tour where he performed the album throughout United States, titled Indigoat Tour. The tour began on August 20 and ended on October 19. The tour was received with very good responses by journalists that praised its stage settings and Brown's dancing abilities. Indigoat Tour grossed over $30,100,000 in its 37 shows, selling out most of the venues. 131. 2020 present, Breezy. Main article, Breezy album. In December 2019, Brown revealed that he started working on new material for his 10th studio album. 132. Later, on April 29, 2020, Brown announced the release of a collaborative mixtape with Young Thug, Slime and B. The mixtape was released on May 5, 2020, and features the hit single Go Crazy, which peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming Brown's first song to spend one full year on the chart. 133. On May 1, 2020, Brown was featured on Drake's Darklane Demo Tapes mixtape on the track Not You 2. The song earned Brown his 100th career entry on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, as it entered and debuted at number 25. 134. On July 9, 2020, Brown announced via Instagram that the title of his 10th album would be Breezy, a reference to his stage nickname. No release date has been announced yet. 135. Brown said in July 2021, while working on the album, that he wanted to make some really endearing music that talked to women's soul. 136. On August 2, he announced on his Instagram that his Breezy album would be accompanied by a short film of the same name. 137. Later on December 18, he said that the lead single of Breezy would be released during January 2022. 138. On January 14 he released the song Iffy. Artistry. Influences. Michael Jackson in 1988. He is cited as the main inspiration for Brown to make music. Brown has cited a number of artists as his inspiration, predominantly Michael Jackson. Brown emphasizes Michael Jackson is the reason why I do music and why I am an entertainer. 139. In Fine China, he exemplifies Jackson's influence both musically and visually as Ebony magazine's Brightina Danielle asserted that the song was reminiscent of Michael Jackson's Off the Wall. 140. Choreographically, MTV noticed that it takes distinct visual cues from classic clips like Smooth Criminal and Beat It. 141. While Billboard complimented his appearance by calling it a modern way to channel the king of pop. 142. Usher is also another influence who comes across as a more contemporary figure for Brown. He tells Vibe magazine he was the one who the youngsters looked up to. I know that we, in the dancing and singing world, looked up to him. 143, and maintains if it wasn't for Usher, then Chris Brown couldn't exist. 144. Other influences include Marvin Gaye, Sam Cooke, Genuine, Phil Collins, Bobby Brown and R. Kelly. 145. When it comes to his rapping he cited Naughty by Nature, Tupac, Lil Wayne and Rakim as the rappers he's inspired by. 146. Musical style. Music critics have commended Brown's introduction to R&B, recognizing his versatility, and considering him an evolver of the genre. Vibe's Diana Robertson says as traditional R&B flourished around him, the young singer began an evolution of the genre. She saw his debut single Run It as a prelude to what Brown would continue to do for the next decade, relentlessly disrupt the constructs of rhythm and blues. By his second album Exclusive, she says he was tapping more electric uptempos, swimming deep in hip-hop waters and annihilating the pop arena. Describing the Grammy Award-winning FAME as his most diverse offering to date, she remarked there was no level of musical flexibility comparable. There still isn't. 147. FAME is considered to be the album that defined Brown's musical style and persona. 148. Brown is considered to be, by a big part of critics and general public, the biggest R&B artist of the 2010s. 147, with Andy Kellman of AllMusic crediting him as the spearhead of the genre during the period. 149, Brad Wade of Billboard said that his sixth album X showcased the height of his musical talents. 150, while cultural critic and media personality Joe Budden defined his 2017 album Heartbreak on a Full Moon as one of the greatest things ever happened to R&B music. 151. Genres. Brown in 2016. Brown made his sound mixing the traditional sound of R&B, adding different influences to it, most importantly hip-hop and pop, but also several other genres in different songs, such as soul, dancehall, alternative R&B, house, EDM, afropop, trap, rock, disco and funk. The multitude of genres influencing his music can be heard in many of his singles, like Deuces, Sweet Love, Liquor, Zero, Back to Love or Don't Check on Me. His pure side of R&B is densely shown on every album that he has done. Even after that his music started to be more tinged from other genres, with some examples being No BS, Don't Judge Me, Back to Sleep and Privacy. Throughout his career Brown has always had a strong influence from hip-hop in his music. 152-153, and following his 2010 mixtapes, he approached the genre differently, starting to rap frequently on mixtapes and features, adding to his albums straight hip-hop songs like Look at Me Now, Till I Die and Loyal, or by doing performances that switch from his R&B singing to his rapping, like he did in several tracks from his album Heartbreak on a Full Moon. His dance pop side in the single Forever off his second album Exclusive opened the door for many other Europop songs like Yeah 3X, Beautiful People, Turn Up the Music and Don't Wake Me Up, but it began to be less present in his music starting from his album X. 154. Themes. Brown's lyrical production is typically considered to be emotional or hedonistic. 155, 156, 157, his songs mainly cover themes of sex, lovesickness, regret, romantic love, desire, fast life, and internal conflict, also having some introspections over loneliness and the dark side of fame. 154, 158, along with his vocal and dancing abilities, his songwriting is considered to be one of the things that distincts him for the better compared to other R&B singers of his time. 159, American media executive and radio personality Ebro Darden stated that Brown is the most all-around talented person in R&B. Trey Songz is talented, but he can't dance like Chris Brown. Usher is probably the only one that could come close to him, but he doesn't have the songwriting abilities that Chris Brown has. 160. Brown said in 2013, during an interview for Rolling Stone, that his songs are always derived from personal experiences, my personal life. Then creativity brings my reality to another dimension. That's what my songs are made of. I always like mixing reality with art. 161. Voice. Brown possesses a light lyric tenor voice, which spans 3.5 octaves, rising from the bass F2, to its peak at the soprano C.C6. 162-163 better source needed. His vocal ability was first recognized by his mother at a young age. As Brown tells People magazine, I was 11 and watching Usher perform My Way, and I started trying to mimic it. My mom was like, "You can sing?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, mama." Subsequently leading to the start of his career. 2. Take You Down most notably earned him a Grammy Award nomination for Best Male R&B Vocal Performance in 2009. 164. His vocal performances are characterized by his harmonization, timbre, vocal runs and soulfulness. 165, while his voice on his first two albums, Chris Brown and Exclusive, was considered to be honeyed, due to his young age, 166. With subsequent projects like Graffiti and FAME, it was noted for maturing to a more mature, distinctive and melodious voice, with Brown coming into his own as a singer. 167. On FAME, critics noted huge flexibility in his voice, with Steve Jones of USA Today praising the singer's ability to give top-notch vocal performances in R&B, Europop, rap, rock and acoustic records. 148. X and Indigo were noted for displaying his timbre, exemplifying his singing performances. 168-169. His harmonizing was found by Andrew Unterberger of Billboard to be notably shown on his songs Liquor and Go Crazy. 170. On another round, Don't Judge Me and It Won't Stop, he did what was considered by Lee Hildebrand of San Francisco Chronicle to be some of the most soothing and smooth singing of his discography. 171. Jake Indiana of High Snobiety said that his feature on Kanye West's song Waves is one of his best vocal performances, and that it sounds like ascending to heaven with a choir of angels at your back. 172. The singer was particularly noted for his emotional singing that illustrated his vocal range on songs like Covered in You, Lost and Found, No Guidance and Red. 173. On tracks like Look at Me Now, No Romeo No Juliet and Stranger Things he displayed his ability of fast rapping. 174-175. Dancing. Brown dancing on stage during his party tour in 2017. Brown's dancing abilities and stage presence are widely praised. 176-177, receiving broad comparisons to Michael Jackson once. 178-179-180, according to Brown, he taught himself how to dance by imitating Jackson's moves ever since his childhood, then developing his dancing style throughout his career. 14. Most of his music videos feature complex choreographies. 181, including the futuristic Turn Up the Music. 182, the Jackson-inspired choreography of Fine China. 0, where he displayed different dancing styles, including popping and his signature spin move. 181, Party, where he showcased his remarked footwork. 183, and Heat, described by The Source as a silky smooth choreography that shows Brown's unmatchable dancing talent in the classiest way. 184-181-185. Some of his most notable dancing live performances include his Thriller recreation at the 2006 World Music Awards, his medley at the 2011 MTV Video Music Awards, where he performed a choreography that included flying parts, and his 2015 freestyle dancing over Future's March Madness at the festival The Hague Eveld, that included a highly acclaimed front flip, done with no hands by standing still, landed perfectly on beat. 186-187-188. In films such as Stomp the Yard and Battle of the Year, Brown displayed his ability to break dance while in character. 189. Street art. Aside from his musical career, he was noted for markedly producing graffiti art. 190-191-192. His visual works have been described as manga-inspired and abstract. 193. Brown said that he painted since his childhood, saying my first approach with it was painting school walls, saying that he's always been captivated by the fact that drawing and painting gives you the chance to express yourself in whatever way, showing to the world your own dimension. 194. Brown has produced street art under the pseudonym Confused, partnering with street artist Kai to produce works for the Miami Basel. 195-196-197. The singer painted the buildings of different radio stations such as Hot 97. 198-199. In 2015 he worked on some of the walls of the Grammy Museum, mixing his spray paint drawings with images of James Brown, Prince, Michael Jackson and himself. 200. Brown has made graffiti works for different cities worldwide, including Los Angeles, London, and Amsterdam. 201-202. His painting and dancing skills were shown at the same time when Brown, partnering with Spotify's Rap Caviar, painted Heartbreak on a Full Moon's album cover, mostly from dancing around the canvas. 203. In 2020 he painted a mural in memory of Kobe Bryant, doing a portrait that includes Kobe's face, a mamba, and a few pictures of Kobe dribbling and dunking a basketball. 204-205. Personal life. Relationships. From 2007 to 2009, Brown dated singer Rihanna until their highly publicized domestic violence case. 206. His emotional state following the happening was theme of a big part of his album Graffiti. In 2011, Brown began dating Karrueche Tran, that at the time was a personal shopper. In October 2012, Brown announced that he ended his relationship with Tran because he did not want to see her hurt over my friendship with Rihanna. 207. The day after the announcement, Brown released a video entitled The Real Chris Brown, which features images of himself, Tran, and Rihanna, as Brown wonders, is there such thing as loving two people? I don't know if it's possible, but I feel like that. 208. In January 2013, Rihanna confirmed that she and Brown had resumed their romantic relationship, stating, "It's different now. We don't have those types of arguments anymore. We talk about shit. We value each other. We know exactly what we have now, and we don't want to lose that." 209-210. Speaking of Brown, Rihanna also said, "He's not the monster everybody thinks. He's a good person. He has a fantastic heart. He's giving and loving. And he's fun to be around. That's what I love about him, he always makes me laugh. All I want to do is laugh, really, and I do that with him." 211. In a May 2013 interview, Brown stated that he and Rihanna had broken up again. 212. He subsequently reunited with Tran, but they parted ways following confirmation of Brown's daughter royalty with Nia Guzman in 2015. 213-214. His breakup with Tran inspired several songs off his albums Royalty and Heartbreak on a Full Moon. In 2017, Tran received a 5-year restraining order against Brown after testifying under oath that, during their relationship, in 2 episodes he was physically abusive, and that he threatened her after they broke up. 215-216-217. On November 20, 2019, Brown welcomed his second child, Soniko Katori Brown, with Amika Harris, Pietzker. 218-219. Religion. When discussing his upbringing, Brown stated, "We were used to 2 pairs of shoes for a school year. We used to go to church every day. I was one of those kids that had more church clothes than school clothes." 220. He has also discussed his second work of grace, saying that he experienced the Holy Ghost while performing his Eyes on the Sparrow in church. 220. After being released from jail on June 2, 2014, Brown wrote that he was humbled and blessed and tweeted the words "Thank you God." 221. In 2015, he said during an interview for Vibe, that God is the only thing that he's afraid of. Speaking about prayers he said, "I pray every day, I think we pray unconsciously too. Personally I don't pray for success. I pray for knowledge, for understanding and peace of mind. I really try to pray for that because it's a big world, and you can get trapped up in it trying to please every city. So I just try to get a peace of mind and me understanding that being at peace with my flaws and my talents. I'm cool with that. That's why I think once he shows me certain things, or even the choices that I make, and decisions that I make that are healthy for me, he shows me the right path. When I bless other people, he always blesses me. It's not even about a self-serving journey, it's about just learning. I want to learn people's experiences. I want to give them experiences too." 222. Legal issues. felony domestic assault of Rihanna. Rihanna standing on a red carpet in an elaborate dress. Rihanna in November 2009, 9 months after Brown assaulted her. At around 12:30 a.m. PST, on February 8, 2009, Brown and his then-girlfriend, singer Rihanna, had an argument which escalated into physical violence, leaving Rihanna with visible facial injuries which required hospitalization. Brown turned himself into the Los Angeles Police Department's Wilshire station at 6:30 p.m. PST, and was booked under suspicion of making criminal threats. 206. The police report did not name the female in the incident as is policy. 223, but media sources soon revealed that the